Microsoft, Halo, and Xbox are coming out in favor of disordered sexual behaviors. It's sick and it's disgusting. We will not tolerate this, and we are taking the month of June back for Jesus Christ and his most sacred heart. Before we get into this, I'd like to ask you please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss any of our future videos here at the Trent Report. Wrote this up over at thatparkplace.com. And Halo is promoting disordered sexual behavior in the month of June. This is what they posted on X. Happy Pride Month. Embrace love, diversity, and inclusion by equipping the Unity 24 armor coating, nameplate, and emblem in Halo Infinite this June. Let's stand together in honoring our LGBTQIA plus community and forging a future of unity and acceptance for all. These people do not want unity. They do not want acceptance. They want to beat you over the head with their sexual deviancy. They want to drag you down and they want to oppress you. They do not want unity and acceptance. They should be called to chastity and should submit to God's will. Interestingly, they know what they're doing is evil and wrong because they turned off the replies. You cannot even reply to this post. However, people are absolutely scorching them as they should in the quote tweets. This person here writes this. Yes, let the pandering begin. We need to ensure we fully embrace the mental illness of others. Apparently, cult mentality being propagated by the corporations at this point. Hashtag go woke, go broke, 100%. Now, there are people that do have same-sex attraction. And like I said, they are called to chastity. But I think a lot of this stuff is indeed a mental illness. It is being perpetuated by propaganda. It is made to look like a popular thing to do. And people are engaging in it. And it destroys people's lives. It absolutely destroys people's lives. You just have to look at the rate of self-deletion for people in the quote-unquote T category. Another post of this. Pride is disabling comments when fake virtue signaling goes wrong. I don't think they're actually faking the virtue signal. I don't think they're actually signaling this stuff anymore. These people are diehard believers. What they're doing is absolutely evil. They are trying to bring you down to them. They want to destroy as many people's lives and souls as possible. And we will stand against this because we want to save people's lives. We want to save their souls. We want them to get to heaven. This person here wrote, celebrating God's eternal love and mercy during Sacred Heart Month. And indeed it is. The month of June is the month of the most sacred heart of Jesus. This is over at the Catholic parishes of Borehamwood, the Diocese of Westminster. I think they have a really good write-up here. And it says, the month of June is dedicated to the Sacred Heart. The church celebrates the solemnity of the Sacred Heart of Jesus on the Friday following the second Sunday after Pentecost, which this year is the 19th of June. In addition to the liturgical celebration, many devotional exercises are connected with the Sacred Heart of Jesus. We also have these 12 promises of Jesus to St. Margaret Mary. It says here, in the apparitions to St. Margaret Mary Alaque, Jesus gives the 12 promises for those who are devoted to his Sacred Heart. I will give them all the graces necessary for their state of life. I will establish peace in their families. I will console them in all their troubles. They shall find in my heart an assured refuge during life, and especially at the hour of their death. I will pour abundant blessings on all their undertakings. Sinners shall find in my heart the source of an infinite ocean of mercy. Tepid souls shall become fervent. Fervent souls shall speedily rise to great perfection. I will bless the homes where an image of my heart shall be exposed and honored. I will give to priests the power of touching the most hardened hearts. Those who propagate this devotion shall have their names written in my heart, never to be effaced. The all-powerful love of my heart will grant to those who shall receive communion on the first Friday of 9 consecutive months the grace of final repentance. They shall not die under my displeasure, nor without receiving their sacraments. My heart shall be their assured refuge at the last hour. And that is truly what we should be doing in the month of June. We should be honoring Jesus Christ and his most sacred heart. He is the King of Kings. He is Lord of all creation. And individuals who have same-sex attraction should submit their wills to him, listen to his commandments, embrace chastity, because as he says here, I will console them in all their troubles. Sinners shall find in my heart the source of an infinite ocean of mercy. So that is indeed what we should be doing. We should be honoring and glorifying Jesus Christ and his most sacred heart. More people continue to roast Halo here. Oilfield Rando posted this, one of my favorite memes from The Godfather. Look how they massacred my boy. Indeed, Halo has indeed been massacred by this stuff. That's what this stuff does. It destroys. It is destructive. We've got this one, SpongeBob meme from CN Pole Guy. What inspired you to change your corporation's logo to a rainbow flag? Satan, indeed. That is exactly what a lot of this stuff is coming from. Obviously, there is original sin, concupiscence, but a lot of this is coming from Satan. We'll hear from Pope Francis, or a conversation that Pope Francis had in a little bit, that the Pope even asserts this as well. We've got this one from Wanson McChicken. He's using a meme from Starship Troopers. It's afraid. And then obviously indicating why they turned off the replies. Exactly. They're afraid. I also think that they know what they're doing is wrong. They know the stuff is wrong. They know it's evil. And they don't want to face people telling them that what they're doing is wrong and evil, because that's what they're doing. We've got this Steelers Mafia. One gamer, he says, one of my favorite series growing up. Looks like I will never be playing Halo again. Perfect decision. That is what you should do. You should reject evil. Do not give them any of your money. Do not give them any of your time. As my novelist and friend Brian Niemeyer says, do not give money to people who hate you. That includes your time, because time is money, right? Observer Vita shows that this has happened gradually over time with this slippery slope. 1995, love is love. We just want acceptance. 2005, we just want equality. 2012, bake the cake or go to court. 2015, say my pronouns or lose your job. 2023, the kids will watch drag shows. Like I said, these people do not want unity and acceptance. They want to oppress you, and they want to be the ones in power. They want to destroy you as they are destroying themselves. And then political and culture commentator Jack Posobiec just simply said, "Gaylo." Exactly. It is gay now. And like, this is no surprise, right? Because this is what their parent company is pushing. This Pride, we invite you to learn more about the power of allyship, compassion, and driving inclusion forward. Join us as we celebrate LGBTQIA plus communities at Microsoft. We can look over here at Xbox as well. They wrote this: together we create a more inclusive gaming world. It's Pride Month, and we're celebrating the LGBTQI plus community by working with the Trevor Project, sharing a curated game collection, and more. And then they're also trying to hawk Pride merchandise and gear. Absolutely evil stuff here. Like I said, trying to propagate this evil. And indeed, this stuff is wrong. The Catechism of the Catholic Church says this: basing itself on sacred scripture, which presents homosexual acts as acts of grave depravity, tradition has always declared that homosexual acts are intrinsically disordered. They are contrary to the natural law. They close the sexual act to the gift of life. They do not proceed from a genuine affective and sexual complementarity. Under no circumstances can they be approved. Let's read that again. Under no circumstances can they be approved. What is Halo? What is Microsoft? What is Xbox doing? They are clearly approving it. They are clearly promoting it, and they are trying to get other people to engage in these activities that destroy you. They destroy you spiritually, they destroy you emotionally, and they destroy you physically. Just look at all the diseases that affect people that engage in these disordered sexual activities. Archbishop Sample of the Archdiocese of Portland also detailed that Pope Francis believes transgender ideology comes from Satan. Promised that we would talk about this. Here it is. He recalled a conversation he had with Pope Francis in 2022. This is what Archbishop Sample had to say. He said, "This is a direct assault on God himself. It's the ultimate rejection of God, that we don't need God. We don't need to accept God. We don't need to accept our individuality. We don't need to accept how God has made us. We just cast God aside, and I will define myself." Obviously, speaking of the transgender ideology. He later added this ideology that's in the culture today now, that there's no such thing as a binary gender. There's multiple genders that we can define. Nobody's one or the other. We're just in this gender fluidity. So that young people growing up are indoctrinated into this ideology. And this is what Pope Francis goes off after. It's a terrible thing what's happening. We also have Pope Francis giving a speech just in March. And this is what he said: today, the worst danger is gender ideology, which erases differences. I ask for studies to be made on this ugly ideology of our time, which erases differences and makes everything the same. To erase difference is to erase humanity. Man and woman, on the other hand, stand in fruitful tension. He then elaborated in some prepared remarks. And he said, in today's cultural context, at times this reality tends to be forgotten or obscured, with the risk of reducing the human being to his or her material needs or primary requirements alone, as if he or she were an object without conscience or will, simply swept along by life as part of a mechanical gear. Instead, man and woman are created by God and are the image of the Creator. That is, they carry within themselves a desire for eternity and happiness that God Himself has sown in their hearts, and which they are called to realize through a specific vocation. Therefore, a healthy inner tension dwells within us, which we must never stifle. We are called to happiness, to the fullness of life, to something great to which God has destined us. The life of each one of us, no one excluded, is not incidental. Our being in the world is not merely the fruit of chance, but rather we are part of a plan of love and are invited to come out of ourselves and fulfill it for ourselves and for others. So, great advice there from Pope Francis. And again, going back here, we should be dedicating ourselves to the Sacred Heart of Jesus. We should be saying no to this whole Pride Month propaganda that companies like Halo, companies like Xbox, companies like Microsoft are trying to promote and are doing so at your detriment. We must say no to this. The answer is devotion to the Sacred Heart of Jesus. We are going to reclaim the month of June. It is the month that we dedicate to the Sacred Heart of Jesus. Those are my thoughts on this. Well, let me know what you guys make of this in the comments below. If you are going to be dedicating yourself to the Sacred Heart of Jesus and saying no to Pride Month, please let me know in the comments below. Remember to always be charitable, especially to each other, but to always speak the truth. I also have memberships available. So if you want to hit that join button, check out the options that we have. Become a member today. Help us in this fight against this evil. Help me support. Help me. We got to fight this evil, and we're going to win. Christ has already conquered death, but we want to save more people. We want to get people to heaven, and we're going to be fighting in this culture war to do that.